Chief Obidike Ajuluchukwu of Black TV Online, coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, United States. We bring you different kinds of guests. We have brought to you candidates for local government. Black TV Online is becoming very political now because of the time. Politics is all over. So now, we bring you a guest who is a senatorial candidate, a senatorial, legislative candidate. Tony Nammor, however you want to say it, but he'll say it correctly, is a senatorial candidate for Delta North Senatorial District in Nigeria. He is a member of the People's Democratic Party. That is the political party that he is affiliated with. He is an engineer. He's a young man that is moving Nigeria. At least we expect him to move Nigeria in the right direction. Something Nigeria has been missing for some time, even though we have them, but we need more. Lawmakers. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Nigeria's young senatorial candidate, Tony Umuadim Nammor. Welcome to Black TV Online. Welcome to Black TV Online. It's an honor to have you.
It's an honor, Chief Obidike. It's always a pleasure to be a guest of Black TV Online.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
And it's a great privilege for me too.
God bless you. Let us talk. Tony, is it okay we call you Tony?
Yes.
Tell Nigerians your profession and who you are.
Yeah, like you rightly said, my name is Engineer Sir Tony Umuadim Nammor. I'm an indigene of AZ in Anyocha, North local government area of Delta State. I am an engineer, like you rightly said, by profession, and I am an aspiring candidate for the senatorial position of Delta North District in Delta State, Nigeria.
And young. That's exactly what many people have been calling for in Nigeria, for the youth to rise. And you have answered the call to rise.
Yes.
Tony, you've never held a political seat before in Nigeria. Why the senatorial seat?
That's a good question. Yes, indirectly I have held a political position, but not in the federal level, on the federal level. I am a new breed of the Nigerian politics and a new dispensation to the political dispensation in Nigeria. I feel that considering the fact that Nigeria in 46 years as a nation has been undergoing a lot of problems on all levels, and most especially the fact that 70% of this period in which we have had our independence, since we had our independence, we've been ruled by the military. Nigeria has not really been given the chance to participate fully in the democratic process, in the true democracy. And because of that, there's been a lot of structural problems in the governance of Nigeria. I think it is time to give the young at heart, the young and experienced, the skillful Nigerians, either here in the diaspora or at home, the opportunity to bring a new dispensation in building the nation for growth and development in the country. I am one of these Nigerians It's ironic that you mentioned, because at the time of the Second Republic, I remember one time back in Oyo State, when the present incumbent president of Nigeria came to Liberty Stadium. And I was one of those students that was marching, primary school student that was marching on the parade on October 1st. You could see that here I am today, after all the experiences I've had, only to go back home and serve my people.
And running for Senate seat.
And I am running for the House of Senate.
Interesting as it is, the legislative branch of government principally designs, develops laws. From many corners of Nigerian polity today, it has been said that the legislators in Nigeria have been unlegislative. They just have not been doing what legislators are needed to do. They haven't developed enough laws that governs the country and governs the society. What would you, as a new aspiring legislator, if you win, or when you win, what will you do as a legislator to move the country?
First of all, thank you. First of all, I think the origin of the problem has to do with how we, as Nigerians, perceive leadership and representation. If you look at the assembly as it's been constituted right now, and considering the level to which they are representing the people and the nation as a whole, leadership in Nigeria has always been defined in a different context. To the best of my understanding, leadership, to serve, to lead people, means to be of service to the people. You as a leader should be a servant of the people, whereby you consult with your people on whatever issues and problems they may be having. And in turn, when you now go to the assembly, serving as a representative of the people, you are there to represent their interest, common interest.
So what you do then is take those interests that has been expressed to you from Delta North.
Yes.
You take those interests and you go back to the House of Assembly and you draft laws.
Pretty much.
That brings those interests and hopefully becoming law for the whole country.
Pretty much that is what it should be. But what we have in Nigeria, and I will take Delta North for example, where I intend, those whom I intend to represent. Legislative roles have been redefined in the way that what we have and what we see is a group of people who basically represent themselves and not the masses or the grassroots.
That is the current legislators being seen as
right now.
Getting into the legislators, getting the votes and get elected, and when they get their own personal interests before the people's interest.
Exactly. This has been an ongoing event within Delta North, and to a greater extent, the nation as a whole. When you are the people's representative, you are not only representing the people, you are representing the region, you are representing the land, you are representing the culture and heritage, you are representing what the people stand for and what the nation stands for in a true democratic process. These are some of the problems that Nigeria has been having. And when we now have a group of legislators who now come together and they are only there for their selfish interests and not necessarily consulting with the grassroots in order to make laws that will benefit the people, then you know we have a problem in our hands.
And that's the problem that you see now.
And this is the problem that I observe. This is what I have seen, and it's reoccurring within the context of an assembly. and within the context of the governance of the nation.
For the area that you, Delta North, that you hope to represent, are you familiar with the current senator?
Yes, I would say yes, I am, because it is my duty to know what I am intending to unseat, or what portfolio I'm gunning for. And if you ask me, I would say yes, I am not too familiar with him, but I am very well acquainted or aware of his activities within the assembly.
Tony, you went home, and when you went home, there were people that came to you and said, look, we would like to unseat this senator. He has not done the job that we need him to do. Look at Delta State today. Look at the problem that look at Anyoma. Look at the problem that we're having. Did those people, are they the ones that urge you to run for this Senate seat because they see the other guy is not doing the job?
Obviously, that is partly the reason why I'm running. I'll tell you a little history about the people of Anyoma. These great people, rich in culture and heritage. The people of Anyoma, I must tell you, have been highly marginalized. I can pretty much tell you that we are one of the oldest advocates that's been yearning for the creation of a state, and the state of Anyoma. Yes, I have made a couple of trips home, and like they say, seeing is believing. Most times we stay on the phone and we talk with people at home. Sometimes we read in the papers, on TV. But there's nothing as significant as when you go home and see the deplorable state at which our people live. And not just the people, the region as a whole. Then you start questioning yourself that, ain't those people supposed to be represented by somebody? Ain't there someone responsible for these things? We're talking about road, water, the basic amenities to which, health facilities, the basic amenities to which we take for granted where we are. And these things are not there. And worst of all, those whom you have left for years, and when you come back, you still see them in the same situation. The conditions haven't changed. And every day we read in the papers and we hear in the news that a certain amount has been allocated to the state and been dispersed to the local governments, and it doesn't seem like nothing is changing. Then the big question becomes, who are the representatives and what are they doing in Abuja? These are part of the reasons. And coupled with the fact that I feel that it is high time I need to sensitize our people into the political dispensation in Nigeria right now. It seems like the people of Anyoma have been taking the back seat and are not totally aware. And for the few who are aware, they have not mustered the courage to come out and participate fully in the political dispensation in Nigeria and the governance. Not to talk about the activities towards the growth and development of Nigeria, and most especially our region. So these are all the reasons why I feel that it is time for someone to come out and sensitize the people and inform the people and make them aware of what the civic rights are and what they should be benefiting, not only from the local government, from the state, and also from the federal. And we need to also educate the people and bring them out in order for our region to grow. So I feel that Anyoma, and I use the word Anyoma in paraphrase for Delta North District of Delta State, that it is high time someone comes out and take the bull by the horn, rather than going to Abuja and just warming the seats.
Aka na-edozi obodo. You're called. Aka na-edozi obodo.
Yes.
The hand that fixes a country.
Yes.
And this is what you stand for. You want to lend your hand to fix Delta North through the House of Assembly.
Yes.
The wind of change is blowing.
It is actually blowing.
And you're one of the people that want to be in that wind.
There is a new calling. The people have been yearning for a change. Anywhere you go, from Anyocha to Shimili, to Ndokwa, to Ika, to Kwani, they have been yearning for a change. And I am that. Humble servant, the noble son of Anyoma, that will bring that change and bring growth and development to my people.
Through the legislature.
Through the legislature.
Through the development of law.
Through the development of law. Through due process, ethics, and democratic principles for true governance.
Tony, you are in PDP.
Yes.
Your opponent, or the current holder of the seat, PDP, would you consider, or is it too late, running for that same seat through another political party?
Interesting you asked me that question. I have been asked that question before. And at this point in time, I would say this. I am running under the platform of PDP. PDP may be undergoing some little challenges right now, but that will be resolved. But I say to my people that 2007, it's not going to be dependent or strictly decided based on political affiliations. But you should judge your candidates based on their character and what they have to offer you for change. I will bring that change to Anyoma. I am a member of PDP. I stand a member of PDP. PDP's challenges will be resolved. It is just like your home. Whatever differences you have, inevitably it will be resolved. But we need to look beyond the parties. We need to look at the bigger picture. Where is Nigeria heading? Where is Nigeria going? You cannot develop Nigeria from the top. You must develop Nigeria from the grassroots. If the grassroots is not firm, like laying the foundation, then the top will be shaky. Just a little bit of structural engineering there.
Tell us, Tony, give me one area of legislation that you would propose based on your observation of what is taking place now in Delta North, for the senatorial district that you want to represent.
Yes.
Tell us one, or give us two laws that you would develop, and get the rest of the Senate to support and sponsor it, so that funding can come from the national to that your district and be able to be implemented to help the area.
Before I go on to say that, let me mention this. That when laws are initiated on the assembly and they are inevitably passed, we need to understand that these laws, in a way, a relative way, reflects the nation when they are passed. The fact that Anyoma may be having some challenges does not mean that other areas in the country are not having the same. Take, for example, road, which is basically my area. If you've traveled recently within Delta State, you will notice that the roads are of utmost deplorable state. Where you have paved roads, there are no maintenance. A journey that will take you half an hour will basically take you about 2-3 hours. That is one aspect. We also have the issues relating to health. But I would sponsor the bill that would make, on the federal level and state and local government, policies that would allow for states and federal representatives not to release or disburse any funds to any contractor without due monitoring, without bonds. You cannot arbitrarily come and get a contract and go out there and execute 25% of the job and get paid for 100%. That will be totally unacceptable.
So you
Every job that is being executed will be monitored from stage 1 to implementation and commissioning. There will be policies that will be in place to make sure that this is being monitored by all arms of government and whatever department is involved.
So your objective is to make sure that there is legislation.
There is legislation
within the federal level.
Yes.
From a senatorial area.
Yes.
That will bring will bring the funding to Nammor.
That will bring funding to Nammor. That will bring funding to Nammor, and also to make sure that whatever development, whatever infrastructural development, whatever roads or other infrastructural developments that's going on in Nammor is being monitored, and a legislature that would enhance continuity. I would also deal with the health aspect. Obviously, if you go to our hospitals, our state hospitals, and the teaching hospitals, they are nothing more than a local clinic. I know of a state whereby the teaching hospitals' accreditation for performing surgery was pulled just because they don't have the equipment.
Well, you have a task that you really, it's before you that it's going to be difficult. But I know that people that are going to be watching this show is going to be like, okay, why did Chief Obidike Ajuluchukwu not ask him about all the problems that is taking place in Delta and all the kidnapping and all the oil that is and the allocation of funding for the oil? I mean, Delta is oil.
Yes,
it's full of oil. Do you want to touch slightly on that?
Yes, I have spoken about that. I have written about it, and I have counseled about it. The Delta North, or the Niger Delta, basically, issue is, in as much as it looks complicated, but it's a very simple issue that needs to be resolved. You need to get both parties together, and I'm talking about true representation. There has been issues of misrepresentation, mostly on the side of the indigenes of the Niger Delta. And as an environmentalist myself, I know the implication of pollution. I know the implication of degradation. I know the implication of toxicity. There is no reason whatsoever, if there are laws and legislations in place, that is binding on both the people and also the multinational companies that come into that area to work and refine. There is no reason why everyone should not be abiding to these laws and policies if they are in place and properly structured.
That's a very interesting position. That those laws that would make that society civil and peaceful,
yes,
and progressive.
Yes.
The laws are not there.
Let me mention this. We may be sensitized to it at this point in time, But case in point, this has been ongoing. A few months ago, at the National Democratic Institute in Washington, D.C., there was a Nigerian NGO, and I was at that function, where they presented a video, a 30-minute long video, on the plight of the people. And it was something in relation to the women's struggle in the Niger Delta, all relating to this issue. And one of the key emphases there was when you look at the video and you see the multinational companies and you look at their buildings and coming into the gate and you look at the environment where they live, and when you come out of the gate and you look at the environment where they drive by to go out, I mean, you can basically see
Up to par.
the big contrast.
Big difference.
The people are living in the deplorable state, and the multinational companies
Are living in
and living,
high on a hog,
exactly.
as they say in America.
Now, to any layman, like they say, there's an extent to which the common man can take. Remember the fact that these people, the primary occupation of farming, some of them are fishermen, and the women are traders, basically. If you pollute their land, if you pollute their water, how do you expect them to survive? So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that this issue has been allowed to escalate. But how do we redress this issue? That is the main thing.
And
The
that's
solution.
where you come in.
And this is where I stand. And this is what I stand for. I don't emphasize so much on problems. Problems will always arise. But you've got to look at what is the solution. The solution for Niger Delta is basically extend their hand to the grassroots people and get their true representation, their true representatives.
Through legislation.
Through legislation. Develop the land. Provide the amenities that they need.
Through legislation.
Through legislation. Curtail the activities of the multinational companies.
If necessary.
If necessary. They are there, but they cannot be polluting without fixing. These are all structural and organizational processes. And if they are laid down laws and policies, and these laws are being not only legislated, but executed, to which everyone is held accountable, then I don't think we're going to be having much of this problem.
Then in that case you foresee an improvement in the quality of life.
I foresee an improvement in the quality of life of the people. And on the other hand, the multinational companies will be operating at peace. The people are deprived. The people are seeing the fact that it is in their land that you are drilling. The people read newspapers, they watch TV, and they know how much the country is grossing. And they look at themselves and say, why should we be living like this? So, to me, I feel like it's a catch-22 here. To the people and to the rebels, I don't address them as rebels. I see them as a group of people who have been deprived. And this is their own medium of expressing. Stop the destruction. The more plants, the more refineries that you destroy, you are also destroying your land. You are also polluting. So more or less, you're basically doing the same thing that you are complaining about. And above all, we all stand to lose here. There has to be some amiable. One of the best ways of resolving situations is through diplomatic adjudication. Get those people together and talk to them and provide for them. And let's see if there will be some changes.
Tony, you're running for the legislature. You're a candidate.
Yes.
You're asking people for their votes.
Yes.
Delta North residents. Talk to them. one-on-one. Tell them that you're running. I cannot do you.
Thank you.
Talk to them.
Honorable people of Anyoma, anu mekene onu. Asim Anyomanu, 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 Ofobi, Bonkane. What I basically said is greeting my people. Anyoma, by definition, is a land of riches, land of heritage, land of pride.
Talk to them about your votes. And
I call on you, 2007. I seek your support. I seek your vote. There is a new dispensation coming to Delta North. There is going to be a change. There is going to be growth and development. There is going to be awareness. There is going to be education, health. I am that dispensation for the great people of Anyoma. I come with me experience. I come with me wisdom. I am not going to lead you. I am going to serve you. I am a leader, a credible leader that will come and serve the people, the grassroots people of Anyoma. I come with this experience and skills and wisdom. Give me the chance. 2007 will bring a change for growth and development to Anyoma. The wind of change is blowing right now in Delta State. Thank you.
Anyone going to know? Email our former. Email our former. Thank you for coming to blacktvonline.com.
Thank you.
There is some more information. For those who are in diaspora, there is a launching ceremony on the 28th, whereby this candidate, October 28, 2006, 4 p.m., at the Ranch Restaurant. The Ranch Restaurant, which is DE, where Nigerians get ofe ogusi, utalabo, and every other kind of food that we love. And you have the special invitation to come to this event and support this senatorial candidate, this noble son of Delta, the hope for Anyoma, a man who is quite credible. We ask you to come out on the 28th at the ranch and support him. If you're from Delta State, you need to make a decision. Serious decision. He is not running for council seat. He is not running for smaller seat. He's running for the Senate. And you from Delta, any part of Delta, you need to make a decision, serious decision, because what decision he makes as your senator will impact on the quality of life of all people from Delta State, and in particular Delta North Senatorial District.
And if I may mention to the great people of Anyoma, remember that history will judge and history will vindicate our people. I, Tony Umadim Nammor, will fight for your cause. I will carry your mandates and your issues to Abuja for solution. And I'm not going to sit on them. 2007, I count on your vote. And we shall bring the change.
Once again, thank you very much. I cannot do you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
It is a great pleasure.
Yeah, and we will keep an eye on what's going on.
Thank you.
And you keep us informed. When are you going home?
I will be home immediately after my luncheon. My luncheon is on the 28th of October. And the support has been overwhelming. And let me use this opportunity to thank a lot of people who have been very supportive of my cause. I know the roads It's going to be rough. I know the challenges are there, but this is my destiny, and it's a clarion call, and I am ready for it.
Delta North senatorial seat candidate Tony, you've seen him? Engineer Sir Tony Umuadim Nammor. Until the next time, this is Chief Obidike Ajuluchukwu of BlackTVOnline.com. Tune in. We have more people coming your way. Thank you once more. God bless you and good luck. Good luck. It is indeed a challenge, and it's wonderful to see a young man taking this step forward. Forward ever, backward never. God bless you.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, and catch you for